Well, hello, this is Louie Diaz, a co-news director here at KHTS Radio, and I am joined live in studio with Mayor Laurene Weste, who is rerunning for City Council. How are you doing today, Laurene?
I am having a great day. Nice and cool out here in Santa Cruz today.
It is nice and cool. Hopefully well, I want to say hopefully it'll stay that way, but I think we're expected some more triple digits next week. So anyone out there listening, enjoy this weather while it lasts, because it ain't going to be here for long until, for a while, so. Well, Lorraine, you have been on the city council for a number of years, and election time is coming up once again. So why don't you tell me why you're running for city council again?
I love Santa Cruz. I love the lifestyle we have. I love the fact that people come here and they come to visit, see our old town tourism, come enjoy our 13,000 acres of open space, and they say, gee, you don't have graffiti, and you feel safe here, and I enjoy it. I love it, and I want to keep it that way. I want to keep the beautiful quality of life we have.
Yeah, it is. It is very beautiful out there. What do you believe are the top three most pressing concerns that the community has in the city, and why do you think that may be?
Well, I think the top pressing question for all of us is crime. It has become very clear that we're going to have to really work harder and harder for a safe city. There are not enough officers, not enough being trained, not enough on the street. They're at 70%. Uh, Business relies on having a safe community. We can't be a city where you can just have snatch and grab and be worried about our kids and all of the things that you see happening other places. So crime is really critical, and I believe that people have had a hard couple years with COVID being shut down. So there's a a lot of stress in the community. We need to get back to normal. Have a good community time with our kids, our families, and our friends. And so it's a lot of work to get us all back to normal, but we're doing well. And there's concerns about homeless, and I think that should be addressed. I asked the other night for us to get that expedited. We bought $1 million in a land purchase,
Mm-hmm.
which is now turned over to Bridge to Home, and we put up $2 million as well as did Supervisor Barger so we can build it. So I'm asking to expedite it and get it done.
Great. What skills do you think you would bring to the table if reelected?
Well, I think it's pretty clear what my skills are. I created your trail system. I did the initiative so that we could purchase open space, and in 2007, and we now have over 13,000 acres. I'm working on the rim of the valley, which would bring national parks in and oversight over the mountains around us. I'm strong for veterans, work to create Veterans Historical Plaza, and very strong for our seniors. And I've worked on all of our parks. We have hundreds of programs for the kids, and we have strong ability to get outdoors, and we're going to be doing a roller skating rink here pretty soon, which is kind of a fun thought. But no, I believe in family and healthy community, and I work really hard and I stay focused on getting the projects that the community wants put in place.
Yeah, that's awesome. Something you just kind of touched on. We have a lot of this open space, so I'm interested to see what you have to say here. But in a recent poll that was taken by the city of Santa Cruz, residents said that they feel one of the main issues here was overgrowth, overdevelopment, and overgrowth. Do you, with that being said, with all the open space do you feel that overdevelopment and overgrowth is a problem here in Santa Cruz?
Well, I think that we have to comply with state law, and if it had all stayed the way it was when I was a kid, I would have loved it. But it's growing. We try to balance everything. We're the only city I know of that's actively purchasing open space lands. If you don't purchase it, it would be developed. And so the lands that we have put in perpetuity as open space that the public has can never be touched, which is an important thing for Santa Cruz. When you look at those mountains, and you know that it's in an open space district, and we also work with the Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy and Mountains Recreation Conservancy, that is your guarantee that you will never be in an urban setting like over the hill where it's city to city to city to city. You are always going to be surrounded by natural areas, which is wonderful. We have great habitats. Yeah, I think development has to be managed in a way that when it's built, it brings with it amenities. It's balanced for the community. There has to be a benefit. The state's putting a lot of pressure on building new housing because we are in a housing shortage, no question about it. So it's a constant effort to balance. A lot of what people are seeing is on the west side of the five, which is not in the city.
Right, that's the unincorporated part of Los Angeles County, which is not run by you guys at all.
No.
Um, well, very good. In that same city poll that we mentioned previously, here goes Santa Clarita residents also noted and considered homelessness to be a major issue. I know that's something you just touched on a little bit. Um, do you think that the city is offering enough support to our unhoused residents, or do you think there needs to still be more done?
Well, I think you're always going to have to do a continual check on that and do more. The $3 million we just spent for land and to get it built, along with support from Supervisor Barger from the county. That's all general fund money. We didn't take that out of the H bonds that were passed for the homeless
Mm-hmm.
because we couldn't get funding from down below. So we went ahead and put the money up so we can get it going and get the folks into really good shelter. Hopefully, there will be some training and some ability for them to get assistance on what they need. And I'm just going to say this because I'm a native Californian and I've always been here. When the state of California decided to no longer support mental health institutions and they took most of it away, there isn't enough support out there for you to take people that desperately need help mentally. They can't take care of themselves. They can't follow probably simple things like taking their medication on time. So it's really important that we get the word to the state that they're going to have to start helping to take care of the mentally ill. Your law enforcement can't take care of mentally ill. The shelters, no matter how good they are, they can't take care of the mentally ill in the way they need to be taken care of either. And I have great empathy for the fact that people just don't know what to do.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting because we see the homeless shelter, right? But like it's a matter of getting the people to where they need to go because some of them won't, like
It's
you said, won't go there on their own.
They won't. It's a journey, and it's a different journey for different people, and different people that are homeless are there for a myriad of reasons. And if it's mental health, they're going to need care mentally in order to ever get on a path. And if they just need a job, well, that's right now we have a lot of jobs out there.
Right.
That's easier. Or if they've just suddenly lost a job and they're just in an interim transition thing where they're homeless for a while, those are the easier people to help. People that are struggling for long periods of time, that requires a lot more than just a shelter.
Right. So on the topic of health and stuff along those lines, since LA County has created a one size
Fits all.
yeah fits all passing on the
Yeah,
emergency
I
health
agree.
mandates, what are your thoughts on this on the city creating a health administration that can better cater to the healthcare needs of the residents here in Santa
Well,
Clarita
we
Valley?
looked into having our own, healthcare um, department, and we looked at what that would entail. Now, older cities, like let's just take Glendale or Pasadena, for example, um, they were formed a long time ago, and they respectively get 25% and 36% of the property tax paid in their cities.
Mm-hmm.
We get 6 cents on the dollar.
Wow.
So their ability to provide things is dramatically different than the city. People think they're paying their taxes to the city. No, you're paying it to the county. We all do. but the city only receives back 6 cents on a dollar. So very expensive. We found out that we couldn't afford to operate um, a facility and do all that work and set up a new department. And even if we could merge with another city, it just isn't enough revenue to do it.
Is there any way to one day make that happen, or is that too far down the line to even think
Uh,
about right
I
now?
wish I had a crystal ball on that.
Uh,
I wish we were on county, and that was tried twice, and the last time in 1978. But like the San Fernando Valley trying to secede from City of LA got to vote, and they outvoted San Fernando Valley. Here, when this community tried to vote to become a county, they were outvoted by over the hill in the other side of the county in San Fernando Valley and all those other cities, but they don't want to let go of us. So, you know, how you ever figure out a way to do some of these things, um, it's in the future, and I look to ability to see things balance.
hmm
Do not want to take services away from the citizens already have. They have a good life here, a quality of life. Do not want to have them have to make decisions that, oh, well, you got to give up closed parks, or you have to give up law enforcement, or you have to have, less amenities, or your streets won't get patched as often, and we won't get rid of the graffiti. We have a graffiti crew out every day.
Yeah.
You don't see graffiti not because it isn't there, but because it's continually removed. We're very proud of that. Other cities say, how do you do that? Well, we have a zero tolerance for graffiti, and we want your city to make you proud, make it feel like it's your hometown. We're taking care of it. And I can't answer all the questions about what will happen in the future with the county, but I think if we keep working at it, we'll keep finding solutions.
Yeah, talking about finding solutions to different problems facing the Santa Cruz Valley. I know you're well aware of this issue. You were present there. Recently, KHTS held a press conference with Action Rehab, and the Santa Cruz Valley Sheriff Station officials were saying that Santa Cruz is leading LA County in fentanyl overdoses. What can we do, or what can you do to fix that on City Council? How could the city
Well, we've
address
already
that?
started. We joined in we're trying to get the word out. We're having, I think you have it being advertised in the radio. We're having a parent symposium on drugs here in the next, what, week? I think
Mm-hmm.
next week.
Yeah, I believe so.
I will be there. The thing that's different about bringing awareness to fentanyl is, there are thousands of kinds of addictions to everything from, you know, food disorders to drug disorders to smoking to, I don't know, phone addictions for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's driving with their phone. The thing that's different about fentanyl is there are all kinds of addictions out there that have programs that you can get people assistance to help remove that addiction out of your life if you want to. Not always successful in the first try or two, but they're there. Not with fentanyl. It's just in things, and just a few grains over the dosage and you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gone. And we're trying to get that word out to parents that fentanyl kills, and it kills really fast. So most of the kids that are found are not, they're in their bed asleep. They didn't know they were going to have fentanyl. They didn't know that was going to happen to them. They had no idea. Has to get passed down word to word. The kids have got to start talking to each other about, hey, that is not a good thing. So if you're not getting medication or some kind of, it can be an Ativan, it could be in anything
Yeah.
from a licensed pharmacy in a sealed container, you're at risk. And these kids are getting it on their iPhone, somebody's delivering it, you don't know what it is. It is the cruelest possible thing to happen to a parent or to your friends. It's horrible. And it's being shipped into America, and this is relatively new. I don't know that we're the highest rate of fentanyl users. We have lost 22 kids this year.
Yeah. In LA County, they say we're the highest.
Well,
That's
I don't,
what
I
the
don't,
Narcotics Bureau said
I
for
don't know
sure.
that. But
Yeah.
if that's the case, hey, we just need to work double time.
Yeah.
And I know the high schools are taking it up. The school board, they're working to talk about this. We're working to talk about it. We're putting on symposiums. We're going to continue to do that. I just tell kids and I tell their parents, the only thing you need to know about fentanyl is it will kill you, and it will do it really fast, and you'll never know.
Yeah. And something you touched on a little bit earlier ago was just keeping the public safe, keeping deputies on the out in the field, keeping them going. Do you feel we're doing enough to keep the public safe through public safety, and if not, what could we be doing to make that even a little bit better?
Well, during COVID, we had to make a decision to, and a lot of cities did, to just stop things. And we went ahead and finished the brand new sheriff station, which is the first one in, 50 years,
Mm-hmm.
because they couldn't do their job in the small amount of space they had. They were very cramped in. The detectives were in a separate building. It was not cohesive to a good work environment. We are providing for our detectives and our sheriffs the highest quality of equipment and a place to do their work, having all the essentials, because they are all working overtime. There is nobody that isn't doing extra duty. And they are doing an amazing job, and we support them 100%. I support law enforcement 100%. There is nothing more important than my friends, my family, my community being safe. There's nothing more, because if somebody's injured or has a bad experience, that can take from a long time to forever.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a terrifying thing. So, yeah, we're spending the money to do that. We're giving them facility, we're giving them equipment, and we're giving them moral support as well, because we care about them and they care about us. Most of them live here, and they're doing their job because they're protecting their community as well as just a job.
Great. And Lorraine, we're coming to the end here, so just in a few short sentences, tell me why residents in Santa Cruz should vote for you.
Well, I've worked on some pretty amazing stuff, trails, parks, saving history. Just worked on saving SantaCruzValleyHistory.com. And I worked on, I created your animal cruelty abuse years ago with the state. So when somebody gets arrested for harming animals, I did that. I love who we are, what we are, and I want to keep us being the very best community in the western states, if not the whole United States.
Well, great. Thank you, Lorraine. This is Louie Diaz with KHTS Radio, AM 1220, FM 98.1. You can stay tuned in here for all the latest news. You can also visit our social media at KHTS Radio and follow us on our website at hometownstation.com.